14 and safe, and 9, 13 and safe. And that is it for the Russians, who get 2 cards. Okay, so the Germans have 3 recovers and the card that I tried to use that I can't use. So I'm going to get rid of a recover and an artillery request. And all my recovers are recovers with a hand grenade, so it's not going to make any difference. So 2 cards for them. Back to the Russians, who have picked up a rout and a rout. Right. So they have a fire, 2 recovers, 2 routs, and an artillery denied. So they're going to get rid of the artillery denied, and they're going to get rid of the 2 routs as well, and get 3 cards. And the Germans have 2 recovers, a fire, and an advance. Right. So now I get an advance. So I could have advanced into here and then put the bloody pillbox there. Who's an idiot? Yeah, I know. There's no need to say it, though. Jeez. Righto. What to do? So let's try to start snipping off a few of these guys. He's starting to get a bit close to trying to want to jump in there. So I'm actually going to fire at him. And I am going to use sustained fire. So we're firing here for 7, 8, 9, 10 into here. So it's 10 plus 3, 13. My God. They need some antifreeze for those weapons. Okay, so the Russians have got another recover, 2 moves and a fire. Okay, so he's sitting there for 10, and he gets 10, which is great, and the sniper hits at B4, which is all the way back over here and does nothing. Okay, what else do they want to do? They have 2 recovers, so the Germans can't do any more. They get 2 cards. We're back to the Russians, who have 3 recovers, 2 moves, and a fire. So we're going to use 1 move to bring this guy up. So he's going to go 2, 3.5, just like that. Then we are going to... We don't know if the Germans have a fire card or not. So we're going to do another move. And this move is going to be for Sergeant Kaminsky and his guards here. So this guy's going to move first, and he's going to go 1.5. Like that. So he does not have line of sight to him because of this fence. He does. So does he want to shoot? Let us see. They do have a fire. So he is going to fire. Like that. And... yeah. So he's firing for 8, 9, 10 into here, plus 4. Again, they need that antifreeze. So shooting in here for 14. And he's sitting there for 8 and 11, so he's fine. Then he moves up, and he's at 3 now. And he shoots again for 10 plus 6. He's starting to get his eye in. And the sniper is at 07, which is all the way over the other side and does nothing. So we're hitting for 16 here, and he's on 8. And 2 does not do it. Okay. And then these 2 move up. Or do they? Yes, they do. And they're going to go 1.5 to there. And he does not have a line of sight. And then they'll go 3 to there. And he does have his line of sight back. He's shooting for 10 again. Plus 7 is 17. And the event is medic! Rally 1 broken unit. Okay. Now, it says rally 1 broken unit. It doesn't say rally 1 of your broken units, does it? So, I'm going to take it that the German medic rallied 1 unit. There we are. See, just says rally 1 broken unit. So if they had have had 1, they could have done that. Right, so they're shooting into here for 17, and here's 8, 9, minus 1 is 8. And 8 is 16, which is not enough. So he is hit. And he is sitting there for 7. And 8 is 15, which was a good try again, but it is not enough. Like that. So then what we're going to do is we are going to recover as our third. So we'll do Sergeant Kaminsky first. He's sitting there for 8. He got 7, so that's good. And the event was sappers. Remove 1 mines or wire, and there are none. So he's back with a whimper, not a vengeance. And we have the SMG who was there for 8 and does nothing. Right. So that's a move for there, a move for there, a recover for there, and then we're going to do a fire for our 4th one. And we are going to fire into here again. So Sergeant Bikovitz, so it's 8, 9, 10, 11 into here. 11 plus 7 is 18. And the event is rubble. Place wire in a random hex. And the random hex is L2. So we have wire in L2. Whoops, not foxholes, idiot. There we go. That card goes away. Okay, so we're shooting into here for 18. So at the moment he is on 7, 8, 9, 13. And he's fine. And he is on 8, 12. And 7 is 19. So he's fine. And the event is hero. If not already in play, place the German hero in a friendly hex and rally up to 1 broken unit. Okay, so German hero, Mr. Dieter again. Where does he want to go? He wants to go there. Yes, he does. He wants to go there. And the reason being is if I get that pillbox card back again and they shoot in there, I can bloody well get it. Nah. Righto. So they're all fine. And there is nothing I can do anymore. So 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, and 4 for the Russians. We're back to the Germans who have 2 recovers and an advance. So they're going to get rid of the advance, and I think we're going to get rid of, I hate doing this, but we're going to get rid of one of the recovers because we need some shit to shoot with. So it's 3 cards for them. The Russians have 2 recovers, a rout, a fire, a rout, and a move. Okay. Okay. So we don't know if the Germans have a fire at all. Tal, tal, tal. Okay. So, let's do it. Yeah? Yeah. We're going to move. And we are going to move. We are going to move. We're going to activate Sergeant Bickovitz. Okay, so the first guy goes 1.5 to there. And they go no, no, and no. They have nothing to shoot with. So that's 1.5. That's 3. That's 4.5 to there. This guy goes 2, 3.5, 5. These ones go 1.5, 3. This guy goes 1.5, 3, and this guy goes 1.5, 3. Sergeant Maskey is staying there. So that's our move. The next thing we're going to do is we are going to do a recover. So this is 8. Oh, Jesus, my God. And that is that. So we will actually try and route him out of there. So he is routing for 8. And he routes back 2. So that's okay. So he's going to go 2. He'll go 1, 2 into there like that. And that is all we want to do for the Ruskies. And now we have the Germans, who have 2 advances, a recover, and an artillery request. So, what do they want to do? 2 advances, a recover, and an artillery request, which they cannot use. So 1 card they cannot use. They do not have an ambush card if they advance. Yucky, 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 yucky. Look, I don't see the sense in it. We can't fire or do anything else. There's no sense in advancing because all these guys, all these Russians, are a 6 plus 1 for the box for melee. So they're all starting with 7 straight up. He's starting with 5. So even if I just move him out to here, he's already hurting big time. If I bring both of these out to either here or even to here, then he's going for 7, 8, 9, and he's going for 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So yeah, I don't think it's worth it. So I'm going to get rid of the 2 advances, and I'm going to get rid of the artillery request and get 3 cards. I need to be able to shoot them while they're out in the open. Okay. So the Russians have a rout, a fire, a recover, an advance, and an advance. So we know what they're going to do. We are going to advance. We're going to advance Sergeant Bickovitz here. So this guard's SMG is going to advance into the trees here. This guard's is going to advance in here with this hero. So this guy will be 7, 8, 9. Yep. The sergeant and the guards will advance into here in the trench, and these two guards, this one will advance to here and this one will advance to here. Righto. So we will do this one first, and I do not have an ambush that I want to use, and the Germans do not have an ambush to use. So it is their 2, and 2 is 4 against my 7, and 8 is 15. So the hero is gone, but we don't get any points for that. Okay, we've just taken objective 3 now, which we don't get any points for either. So we have objective 2 and we have objective 3 now. Now we have this one here, and I am going to use an ambush. And he's going to go like, oh, I'm not going to ambush myself, you idiot. So he will do that, I believe, because that will leave him with 5, 6. If I don't, then he'll have 2, 4, 6. It doesn't make any difference. Righto, so they have 6 plus 8 is 14, not to be sneezed at, and was a sniper, wasn't it? Yes. And a sniper at E9, which is down here in the marsh. And now we have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And 9 is 20, so they're gone. Okay. We're sitting in their trench. Okay, let's get rid of these. So that is 2 points for the rifle, 3 points for Sergeant Gans is 5. So the Germans are now down to 4 victory points. Right, next. Dun 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 dun. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I am going to recover this guy here for 11, and he is recovered. So that's 2 orders, which leaves me a rout, a recover, and an advance. Okay, and I think that'll do. So 3 cards for the Russians. They've only got 2, so that's the end of that. It's now time 8. The Germans get a VP, so they're back up to 5. No troops to come on, no sudden death, no smoke to remove, and it is the Germans' turn. Oakley dokley do. So they have 2 recovers, 1 move, and 1 command confusion. So as you can see, none of those are going to help. So they're going to get rid of the command confusion, and they're going to get rid of the move. They're going to keep the 2 recovers at the moment and go 1, 2. And the Russians have a recover, an advance, a rout, a rout, a rout, and a fire. Okay, so we have an advance again. So I am going to advance, and I'm going to advance this guards unit into this trench to take on Lieutenant Bolter and this rifle. And I have an ambush, So Bolter goes like that. Do they have an ambush? And they have one. Look at that. So they will play it. And now it's their 5 against my 3. Okay, so they go first. So they have a 5 plus 7 is 12. And we have a 3 plus 5. And I don't like that, so I'm going to give them the initiative. I'm going to have another go. And I have 10. So we have 13. I beat them by 1. And they go, no, do it again. And I go, 6 plus 3 is 9, which is not enough. But we have a sniper. And the sniper hits at A2, which does nothing. And I go, stuff you, I'm going again. And I go and I get 8 plus 3 is 11, which is not enough. And the sniper hits at H4, which is there and does nothing. So I lose. I tried. I did. I really, really did. So the Germans now have 7. Again. Okay, now what do I want to do? I have a recover, 2 routes, 3 routes. Well, I suppose I could use a route just to get rid of a route, couldn't I? So let's do that. Let's route. And we get a 10, which is not enough, and the sniper hits at A4, which does nothing. And that is all the Ruskies can do. Okay, I'll get rid of that ambush they used, and it's up to the Germans, who have 2 recovers and an advance. So they're going to use recover. Hang on a tick. No, they don't want to use that recover. They want to use recover. The other one had spray fire, and I think they may need it. So again, 14 here, and they go 8, and he's back with a vengeance, not a whimper this time. There we go. And I think that's all they want to do. And they get 2 cards, and we're back to the Russians with a recover, 2 routes, a move, a fire, and a move. Right. Let us see. Okay, we are going to move. We're going to activate Sergeant Bikovitz and these people here. So this guy is going to go 1.5, 3, 5. And this guy is going to go 1.5, 3, 5. This guy is going to go 1.5, 3, 5. And and this guy is going to go 1.5, 3, 4.5 to there. And Sergeant Bikovitz is going to go dot, and with him, like that. Now, the next thing that's going to happen is we are going to move as our second. And we are going to move Sergeant Maskey here. And Sergeant Maskey is going to go 2, 4 to there. And then yeah, why not? Then we're going to fire. we're going to fire into here. Or are we going to fire into here? Let's fire into here. So again, that's 8, 9 into here. And we're going to use sustained fire. So we are now at 11 into here. Okay, 11 plus 8 is 19. Righty-o. So what do they have? They have nothing other than a recover to help. So they have 7, 8, 13. 7, 8, 12. And 9 is 21, which is lovely. And then they have 9 and 4, which is 13. And 5, which is 18, which is not enough. So he goes over. And I think realistically, they're happy enough with that. And then the last thing they are going to do is do a rout on him just to get rid of the card. And we get 7, which is no good, of course. And the event is Sappers remove 1 mines or wire marker. So we'll remove this wire like that. And that's it for the Russians. 5 new cards. And we have the Germans, who have a recover, advance, rout, and move. So I think, yeah, they need, well, he's sitting there for 14 at the moment. So I think he's pretty bloody safe. So I'm not going to use the recover. I'm going to get rid of the rout, the move, and the advance because I need to shoot. 1, 2, 3 cards for them. Okay, and the Russians have a recover, a rubbish, a fire, an advance, and a recover. Okay, so 2 recovers, an advance, a fire, 1 total rubbish, and 1 half rubbish. What do we want to do? Okay, so the first thing I think we're going to do is we are going to advance. And we are going to activate Sergeant Bickovitz here. So this guy is going to advance off the board. This guy is going to advance off the board. This guy is going to advance to here. And these 2 are going to advance to here. Righto. So these 2 are off. And they come out onto the board again next turn. And that is double exit points. So that's 8, which means we are now at 1 VP for the Russians. And we rejoiced. Yay! Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we are going to fire. And we are going to fire into here again. So we are firing 4, 8, 9, 10 into here. And that's all we have. +4. Yeah, a little bit weaker this time. Okay, so 14 into there. And they are sitting there and they have a light wounds they can use. And that's it. Okay, so this guy is sitting here for 7 and 4 is 11. And 9 is wonderful. And he's sitting there for 14 and 5, so he's fine as well. And that is all they can do. It's 2 cards for the Ruskies. Righto. Germans. First thing they're going to do is a recover. 14. Wonderful. And Lieutenant Bolter is back again. He's not bolting anywhere. The next thing they're going to do is they are going to fire. And they are going to fire straight down here and try and take out Sergeant Kaminsky. Okay, so it is 10 into here. I wish I had a spray fire, but I don't. So 10 plus 10 is 20, which is nothing to be sneezed at. And Kaminsky is sitting there for 7. And I have nothing to help him. Okay, so 7 plus 4 is not quite enough. I needed the 13, which is a little bit difficult to get. Not impossible, but a little difficult. And we have a sniper at 06, which is down here, which doesn't affect us. Okay, what do they want to do now? And I think they're going to fire as their third and final order, and they're going to fire here into here. So again, this is going to be 6, 7 into here. Plus 6 is only 13 this time, but hopefully dokely. This guy's sitting here for 8, and 9 is 17. So Kaminsky is fighting back. He's hanging on like a leech, a barnacle. Okay. Russians have 2 recovers, a command confusion, an advance, and a fire. Right. So I think what we're going to do is we are going to recover first. So again, we're here for 8. And we get a 5, so that's wonderful. And then what do we want to do next? We could fire. We could advance. Why don't we, the royal we, that is, advance? And we are going to advance with Sergeant Kaminsky. So we can advance with this guy and him. So he's going to go into the water. And he's going to go into the water. And he's not stupid enough to move. Okay? And then we will fire. And we're going to fire into here. So again, we have 8, 9, 10 into here. And that's it. So we have 10 and 4. Okay, so we have a whole 14 into there, and he's sitting there for 7, 8, 12. And that's good with a sniper. And the sniper's at I5. And the sniper at I5 is there, so he's safe. And then this guy's for 13, and 5 is fine. And that is all that the Russians can do. So 3 cards for them, and we look at the Germans, who have a command confusion, a fire, a move, and a rout. Oakley Dokley. a fire, a move, and a rout. Okay, there is nobody to rout. So it comes down to fire or move, or fire and move. Okay, and I think what we're going to do is we are going to fire first off, or are we? No, we don't want to do that. We are going to get rid of the move and the rout cards. I want to keep the fire if I can catch them out in the open. Okay, Russians, command confusion, recover, recover, fire, rubbish. Jeez, 2 recovers, a fire, and 3 cards that I effectively can't use. So we get rid of the 3 cards I effectively can't use. Back to the Germans, fire, command confusion, and we can't use that one. Okay, so so we could shoot across into here for 10, and that would give them 1 hindrance, so it'd be 9 into here. Or we could shoot from here into there, and that would be 6, 7 with still going to be 1 hindrance. Okay, so we're going to fire. Here's our fire card, and we are going to use sustained fire. So this is going to be 8, 10, 12, cross here, and it is -1 for line of sight, so it's 11 into here. 11 plus 6 is 17. Okay. Now these guys are sitting in here for no cover. No cover whatsoever. In fact, it is -1 cover. So these blokes are basically shooting under the bridge at them. Isn't that wonderful? The -1 cover. Right. So what do we have? 17. So this bloke would be 8 because the 1 and the -1. So he would be 8. Now if I use the concealment, that will take 2 off that. So that would be 8 to 15. And if I use another concealment, that would be 8 to 13. Do I want to do that? And I think I have to. Yeah. So we're going to use 2 concealments, and we're going to use them on him because he's more important than him. He's not going to think that, but yeah. Okay, so that's 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're down to 13. Okay, so 13 into here now, and he's sitting on 8. And 6 is 14, and this guy is on 8, and 3 is 11. My God. There we go. Okay. Yay. So now what are they going to do? There is nothing they can do. Okay, so 2 cards for them. And the Ruskies will recover for 8. no. Fine. Then they will move. This guy can only move one. But this guy can move. So he is going to move into here with Sergeant Maskey like that. He's there for -1. He can move 1. So he should be able to move there. Because this is all frozen, to my way of thinking. So he'll move to there. Now he's moved to there, so if they have a fire order, they can do it. And they do. They do have a fire. Do they want to use it? And I think to get rid of him, it would be worth their while. So they are going to fire. So again, it's going to be 8 and 2 is 10. Down here, -1. Yeah. So it's 9 into here, plus 7 is 16. And the event is recon. There are no secret objectives, so forget about that. So he's sitting here for 8 against 16. And we get a 5 and he is gone. Okay, so that's 2 points for them. So they are back to 1 VP. Right. Next, I have a move and I have a recover. And I know they don't have any fire at this time. So I am going all out. I am moving. And I'm going to move all of these little boogers here. Okay. So this one is going to go first. And he's going to go 1, 2.5. And then this is going to be 3.5, 4 to there. And this guy is going to be 1.5, 3. And he is going to be 4.5 to there. And these two are going to be 2.5, 4 to there. Is that really where they want to go? 2.5, 3.5, 4, and they can go 7, 6, and they'll come into here for 2. Yes, they can. Oh, indeedly diddly do, they can. This guy is going to go 1.5. No, he's not. He's going to go 1.5 and 1. That's 2.5. That's 3.5, 4 to there. And this guy is going to go 1. I don't know what he's going to do. He's going to go 2, 4.5, like that. Okay? And that's all the Ruskies can do. They're just starting to push. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the Germans have 1 recover, a command confusion, and an artillery request. And they have nothing to fire with. So they're going to get rid of... They're going to keep 1. They're going to get rid of 1 card, and that will give them 2. And we're back to the Russians, who have a recover, a fire, a move, a rubbish, and a rubbish. Okay. 2 fires, a move, and a recover. Okay. 2 fires, a move, and a recover. Right. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to move. And I am going to activate Sergeant Kovalev here. And him and his offside are going to jump into this trench. Like that. And the Germans are going to go, du lieber, and they have nothing that they can do. Righto, so that's 2 to there. This guy is going to go 1.5, 3.5 to there, like that. Next thing that's going to happen is that this SMG is going to fire into here. There he is. So that's 6 into there, plus 9 is 15. Again, not to be sneezed at. This guy is 7, 8, 12, and fine. And he is 13, and fine. And that's all we're going to do. So 2 more cards for the Ruskies, and we're back to the Germans, who have Command Confusion, Artillery Request, Rout, and a Recover. So they're going to get rid of Artillery Request, Rout. They still want to keep this because, again, we're talking about a hidden unit, okay? They may get something good if we don't tell the Russians. Okay, so it's 2 cards for them. We're back to the Russians, and they've picked up a move and a recover. So they have 2 recovers, 2 shitty cards, and a move.